Greetings and welcome. Thank you for coming by, stopping by, checking out the video, checking out the channel. Really, I love it when you guys come by. Absolutely. Just adore you. Thank you so much for coming by. This is the Loveseat therapist, and full disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I have no medical degrees. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist or anything like that. I'm just a random person on the internet with some personal stories that I think about and consider as I'm laying on my love seat and want to share with others that may be going through something similar, that this information might be helpful for them, give them some guidance, some support, encouragement. Let them know they're not alone. You're not alone. This is a timeless message. Whenever you get this video, it is the right time for you. And obviously you were looking for something. So let me know in the comments if this provided any assistance for you, if you got anything out of it at all, if it resonated in any way. All right. I love that when you guys do that. Thank you so much. And feel free to check out any of the other timeless stuff on my channel, as well as my book, free audiobook. And we'll leave it at that. Subscribe and like and do all of that good stuff. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about consistency. As I record this, it's beginning of the year. It's actually the middle of January. And we all, as the first of the year rolls around, we start out with these new ideas. If we don't have actual goals, we have some kind of idea, at least, of what we want the next year to look like. And we do the same thing, when we start a new week or a new month or whatever, when we have a birthday. But you don't have to wait until the beginning of something to make a new beginning on anything. From one moment to the next, you have the option of choosing to be a different person, to have a different path, life path, work path, relationship path. All of those things are transmutable, and you have the power to do that if you are consistent. That's the problem. That's the real challenge for us. Is we don't have a problem with getting excited when we start a new project, or when we are moving into a new house and we start a new relationship or a new job. There's this excitement, this anticipation for something new. So don't wait. Start your something new right now. But we need to be consistent. Consistency is the oxygen for our dreams. Without consistency, our dreams will smother, asphyxiate. They'll die. We have to be consistent. What would a oak tree do if it decided it wasn't interested in taking the time to germinate from an acorn? What if it decided it was just too much trouble? Or even better, imagine an acorn falling on the ground and not managing to get squished, stepped on by animals and people, gets down in the dirt a little bit, gets some oxygen, gets some water, and something amazing happens, something magical happens, and that acorn sprouts. It germinates and starts to sprout. But you know how long it takes for an acorn just to see the sun? Just to find the way to break through the soil? Between 4 to 6 weeks just to break the surface. That's roughly about the same amount of time that they say that it takes for new habits for us to get firmly established in our neurological systems. 4 to 6 weeks. Imagine an oak tree deciding, oh, you know what, at week 5, I'm just tired of this. I am not seeing any difference. Nothing is changing. Nothing is happening. Everything stays the same. I'm obviously not getting anywhere. I'm just going to quit. Imagine what would happen. Well, obviously nothing would happen. There would be no oak tree. And if enough oak trees decided not to do that, there would be no forest. So it is critical. It is beyond critical that we stay consistent in what we do. Imagine a caterpillar. It's gone through all of this trouble from sprouting from a egg, beginning with an egg, growing, eating, and then something weird starts happening, and it stops and it anchors itself, and it kind of wraps itself up in a protective envelope, enclosure, and then it turns into goo. It just dissolves. It becomes just a mass of nothingness. It's not recognizable as anything. Now imagine going through all of that, getting through all of that process, and then just stopping and say, well, obviously nothing is happening. I'm not getting anywhere. I don't have any way to move. I don't have any way to, I can't see anything. I'm blind. I'm deaf. I cannot, I have no substance. I'm not even a hot mess. I'm just a mess. I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to quit. What's the point? What's the point? Well, look at those wings. Look at that butterfly. What is the point, do you think? If that caterpillar had given up at any time in that process, that butterfly would never have come into being, and we would never have been blessed by its presence. I mean, seriously. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. This is Thomas Edison, right? Look at this guy. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. That's where the consistency comes in. Do whatever you have to do. Jerry Seinfeld had a giant calendar, and he would make a giant red X on every single day that he spent an hour writing jokes. They didn't have to be good. They sometimes they were horrible, sometimes they were terrible, but in the midst of that process, he found ones that were really good, jokes that were supreme. And if he hadn't kept on going every single day, marking those big red X's on his calendar, we wouldn't know Jerry Seinfeld. We would not have been blessed with his amusing jokes. We would not have had the opportunity for laughter. And you and I both know how important laughter is. I mean, there's just find a system, use those Lego bricks for the actions, do whatever you have to do, but don't stop, because you have no idea. You never know how close you are. You could be miles away. You could be years away. But if you don't stop, you're just like water in a river going through a canyon. Every single time you keep on going, you're going to make progress. Things are going to happen. And the farther you get towards your goal, it starts getting easier and easier, because you know where that finish line is. It's like running a race on a marathon. Just don't stop. Would you stop a file upload if it was at 50%? If it was something that you really, really wanted, you'd been looking forward to getting this file, you've been waiting for it, you'd asked for it multiple times, you finally are starting to get the upload. You going to quit here at 75%? Seriously, I want to know, because I don't think you should. I don't think you realize just how close you are to accomplishing what it is that you've been looking for so long. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. I've been impressed with this over and over and over. After the first of the year, I actually started my goals about mid-December, when I was thinking about the coming year, understanding what I had been through, looking in the rearview mirror to see where I've come from, and understanding that now can point me in the direction of where I want to go. You do have to know where you're starting from. An acorn has to know it's an acorn, or it's going to try to grow up as a banana tree. You know, most of us know intrinsically in our being, just our very center, that who we are and where we want to be, who we want to be. So I want you to encourage you today to spend some time thinking about that question. Who am I? Who do I want to be? And then the last question, am I taking steps to move me forward from where I am to where I want to be? If the answer is yes, keep on going. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. I encouraging you, I am supporting you. I will be there in energetic spirit with you every step of the way. Feel free to share in the comments what you're working on right now. Don't give details. We want to keep our information close until it completely manifests. But you can definitely share, I am working on a big thing regarding my health. And everybody else will sit there and say, you go, you do it, you get it. We got you. You got this. And you've got this. And don't ever forget you've got this. As long as you don't stop, stay consistent. Pick daily little action steps that will move you closer every single time to that ultimate goal. Don't stop. Consistency is the oxygen for your dreams. That's what I've got for you today from the Loveseat Therapist. I hope that was helpful, that the message resonated with you and gave you that support and encouragement and guidance that we all need as we're going through this stuff. So you're not alone. We are all there with you. And that's all I've got to say for today. So, ciao for now.